Okay, hello everyone. Today I wanted to make a video about what happens during and before a colonoscopy, as I went through one very recently, that is yesterday. So for me it was a little bit difficult this time, I guess because my parents are now on a holiday and they had to leave just the day after my test. So I was a bit stressed about that, as I'm used to have my family around whenever I'm going through issues, you know. So as I know that I'm like a very nervous person when it comes to exams and aftermath and everything and possible complications and so. I was not really happy about having to undergo this colonoscopy just before they went on holiday. Anyways, off they went to Sevilla, and I had my test done just before they went away. So about the prep, this is the first thing I want to mention. So you can be given different kinds of preparation, which are colonic cleans, which are strong laxatives before you undergo the actual colonoscopy. So like most of the time you'll be given a lot of water to drink, and you have to mix it up with a colonic prep. For me this time it was Movi prep, and I started to take that by 6 o'clock on the night previous to the colonoscopy. So for me this time I was a bit nervous because I had gulped down all of the bad taste liquids and then started on my pure water hydration, you know. Generally they give you like the prep, and then you have 1 hour where you drink only water to make sure you are still well hydrated, because you will lose also a great amount of water while doing the cleansing. So for me it started like 3 hours after I'd gulped down the whole movie prep. So it was by like, I don't know, it was like by 9:30 in the evening, and so it went on for the whole night, and that wasn't funny, of course, because generally you just have it start earlier and so you can sleep a little bit, but there no, I had no luck with that. So I was off and on the loo all night long. And after 4 o'clock, I decided there was a time for me to get some sleep, because it's very important, because on the next day you have to take the other part of your colonic prep. So, but on the next day, after some hours of sleep, I got up. It was like 9:30 in the morning on the day of the test, and I noticed I was losing a little bit of blood by my rectum. So I called them at the hospital. They said, you'd better come right away. We're gonna check on you, and you're gonna be put into observation, and to see if you can continue the cleansing. So off I went, and I arrived there. They put me in a little room where there was no bed, just 2 chairs and a television and some magazine on the table. And there I had to change myself, you know, to dress up in like a sterile gown or something, or pajamas, and put some special little shoes until I went to the endoscopic room. So I took the prep, I saw no more blood, etc., etc., and I could continue with the cleansing normally. And then finally, after 3 hours of that, with of course no drinking apart from the prep, and this time for me, I actually had no time to drink pure water after, because you really are thirsty, and so just some advice: you have to start it like on the time they indicate. You have to start it for the prep if you have one part in the morning. So because or else you won't have time to drink your pure liter of water, and it will be hard for you to be thirsty the whole time before they come and take you for the actual colonoscopy. So after that, I was taken to the endoscopic room. There they ask you to lie on an exam bed, and they put like a perfusion. I mean IV narcos, I think, for you to fall asleep. They ask you some questions about I don't know what, why you came, what symptoms do you have, etc. And they put all kinds of electrodes and wire on you to check on your vital signs during the colonoscopy, and then you know of nothing. So if you are put under sedation, this is a kind of general anesthesia, so you will just fall asleep, and you will wake up in the waking room, actually. So that's what happened for me. And my test took like approximately, I believe, 30 to 40 minutes. The doctor came by and said that I had like, you will be given results. That's what happened for me. Sometimes it doesn't, they will say nothing, but for me it was always like that, even though I went to different places. So I believe there's a great chance that you will be given at least some information about what were their findings during the colonoscopy. So they told me that my colon was like inflamed on a little portion of 15 to 18 centimeters, that probably or maybe it was due to my recent infection with Campylobacter jejuni. But the doctor wasn't sure, so he told me that while I was sleeping, they also took a lot of skin sample from inside my bowels, which is actually a biopsy, you know. And they took a lot of them, and I asked if I may bleed or something. They replied to my question, etc. And then I was given a little waffle and two glasses of water. I was in the waking room for like a little bit less than 1 hour, I believe, where my vital signs were still being checked, like your blood pressure, and I was also asked to go to the loo and pee, and then off I was. And my dad and my mom too went to look for me, and I went home. So after the colonoscopy, you may have some symptoms. You don't have to freak out because of these symptoms. So because my diarrhea was still on the peak when I actually entered the room for my exam, the diarrhea went on after I left the hospital. So in the evening after the test, I went 5 times or 6 times to the toilet, and there was like this little mucousy stools with little blood in it and stuff, and I was told this could happen because they had done so many biopsies. So, and then I spent the evening like that, quite worried about my parents' departure for Spain, etc. And I went to bed. I stayed awake until 3 in the morning because I was nervous about my parents leaving, and then I slept for the whole day today, mostly. But this will not happen to you. I mean, this is because I was stressed and could not sleep well on the day before, and blah 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 and blah blah. So don't worry. Now I've been to the toilet once more today, and I still have like diarrhea symptoms or feelings, and try not to freak out. There's still a little bit of blood, but I think it's like coagulated or something, so there's not a lot of new blood there. I will see what happens. You have to remember that the colonoscopy is quite a safe exam, but of course, as usual, there are possible complications. So if after a colonoscopy you have like a lot of blood, or a blood that appears to be going worse, it's a bleeding that's going worse over the next few days, or if you have a lot of pain or any problems like that, you should of course call your doctor. If you, in case of very serious bleeding, you have to go back to the emergency room, because this may be a wound that was made during the colonoscopy and doesn't cure by itself, doesn't get healed by itself. So you have to get checked. But I read about it because I was worried too. But may you have a perforation after the exam, which is really rare, or a serious bleeding, which is also really rare. They won't operate you, or you won't have surgery straight away. Sometimes you will be kept under observation to see what's going on with you, your vital signs, what's going on in your blood analysis and stuff like that. So that's it for now. I can't tell anymore. I hope I'm doing fine and will still be doing fine. It wasn't recommended to do so, but I still didn't eat a lot. So because I'm that kind of person, really nervous and blocking and focusing and focalizing, and so I really hope I won't have problems, because I never forget about problems that I have health-wise. Yes, so okay, I don't know if I reassured you really with all of my sayings, but you will see. Actually, the prep, if it is MOE prep, it doesn't give you a lot of cramps. It is a painless diarrhea. That you will have. It will just flow out of you quite naturally, and no pain, no exaggerated weakness. So you don't have to worry about the prep. It's just that it has a very bad taste, but not as bad either. Just the last few gulps can be difficult to take, but that's all. So this is it for this video. It was a very long one. I'm sorry. See you later, alligators. Okay, I'm out. Bye.